What's going on, guys? It's Jimmy here, and welcome to our daily show where we discuss the fourth stimulus check update, the two new upcoming packages, the physical infrastructure package, as well as the next stimulus package, as well as what is going on in the world today. This video is going to be a very important video, and I strongly suggest you watch it all the way to the end because we're going to go over dozens and dozens of different stimulus programs, most of which you probably don't even know about, and some of these programs could put thousands of dollars in your pocket. These are stimulus programs from the third stimulus check package. As most people don't even know, there's literally dozens of different stimulus programs, and even hundreds in some case that have come out of the third stimulus check package. That is money going out that might be available to you, and some upcoming stimulus programs such as state stimulus checks, county stimulus checks, and multiple different stimulus type programs. These are most of the programs I know about right now. So we are going to go through a list of them. So again, watch this video to the end. If one of these programs applies to you, your family members, your friends, anything like that, share this video with them. There's a share button down below. Also, feel free to subscribe. It's completely free to do so. And hit the like button for us. It really helps out our channel. But I've literally had hundreds or thousands of comments of people saying that they got this benefit or they got this stimulus program. I've had people say they've gotten over $5,000 from some of these stimulus check programs, and some people have even said they've gotten over $10,000. And I will be showing them to you directly on the screen so that you know that this is true. I literally have like 100 different sources that you're going to see in black and white, so you know this is real. This isn't just some guy talking. I'm going to show it to you directly on the screen so that you know about these programs. All right, here we go. Okay, the first thing I want to mention really quick is the national eviction moratorium, or the eviction ban, ends at the end of this month. But some renters in some states still have state protection that have increased it for longer. First up, New York has extended its eviction moratorium until September for tenants who have endured a COVID-related setback or for whom moving could pose a health risk. To qualify, renters must submit a hardship form to their landlord. You can just go to Google after this video and Google New York hardship form to find that and fill it out. New Jersey won't allow evictions to proceed until 2 months after its state of emergency status is lifted, which is expected to occur in mid-June, meaning most renters will likely be safe until sometime in August. Most evictions in Vermont are barred until 30 days after its state of emergency concludes as well. Although Oregon's eviction ban lapses at the end of the month along with the CDC's, renters can't be evicted for rent owed between months of April 2020 and June 2021. And they have until the end of February 22 to make up for those payments. As you can see here on the screen, your fourth and maybe your fifth stimulus checks could be coming from states, cities, and counties that are all getting their share of $350 billion going out right now from the third stimulus check package. California isn't the only state sending out additional stimulus checks, as Maryland has previously sent out stimulus payments of $300 per individual or $500 per family for low-income people from Maryland. 425,000 Marylanders are eligible for payments under this Relief Act, which Governor Larry Hogan passed in February, and checks have gone out recently. California and Florida are sending out more stimulus checks right now. Florida Governor Ron DeSantis just signed a $101 billion Florida budget, with a B that is, that it does include $1,000 stimulus checks for thousands of people in Florida. As you can see here, a portion of this money will go to ensure access to early childhood education services and give teachers and first responders $1,000 stimulus checks from the state of Florida, also known as hazard pay or state stimulus checks in this case for teachers and first responders. Each state has their own different type of programs going out to different groups of people. We're going to literally go over dozens of them right now. More than 175,000 full-time classroom teachers and 3,000 principals will get that $1,000 stimulus check payment. I also want to note here that cities can use their federal stimulus money coming from this $350 billion for up to $25,000 in hazard pay for grocery store workers or any other essential workers. So states, cities, and counties can use up to $25,000 per person for hazard pay programs like this one going out in Florida right now for teachers and first responders. So we could be seeing a lot of that in the future. If you're an essential worker and you work through this pandemic, first of all, thank you for your service. No matter what industry you are in, I know that that was a big decision to go through, as you know, COVID was going crazy and people really didn't know what was going on. And in the depths of it, it was really scary. And I mean, we have had over 600,000 people in the U.S. alone die, and over 3 million people in the world from COVID. So thank you for your service. Hopefully, we will see hazard pay in all 50 states here coming out from some of these programs. I'll keep you up to date on new ones. But first, let me continue to go through these stimulus check programs I know about right now. The big one is California's $600 stimulus check. I say it's big because it goes out to the most amount of people. The first round of this went out to Californians making up to $30,000 would receive a $600 stimulus check under Gavin Newsom, the governor from California's stimulus bill package type thing. The second round of it is for Californians making up to $75,000, and again is another $600 stimulus check. You can't get round one and round two; you can only get one. But the second round goes out to up to 25 million people in California making up to $75,000 will receive a $600 stimulus check and an additional $500 if you have children, for a total of $1,100. Yeah, up to 2/3 of all Californians are expected to receive this California stimulus check. Now, there are some instances where in California you can get this without filing a tax return, like if you're on SSI or maybe you filed an old tax return. But California wants to stress that the main way they determine your income, if you make under 75,000 for the second round or the under 30,000 for the first round, is to file a state tax return. Okay, if you don't file a tax return, you run the risk that you might not get this check because California doesn't know how much money you make. So talk to your CPA, talk to your accountant if you have somebody, if you have a family member, or even walk into H&R Block or something like that and just ask them for some quick advice. But my advice to you would be file a state tax return if you don't normally file one to get this money. The $75,000 is a proposal that will likely be approved here soon. Okay, next up, the North Carolina governor has proposed checks to families with the stimulus funds. As you can see here, Governor Roy Cooper proposed sending checks to North Carolina residents with part of the state's share of funds from the $1.9 trillion third stimulus check package. The governor called for $250 million of the $5.7 billion going to California to checks for low and middle income Americans, middle income North Carolinians, I should say. As you can see, this is just $250 million of the $5.7 billion. So it's likely we're going to end up seeing multiple different stimulus checks and stimulus programs from states as they kind of whittle through this money. Under the North Carolina governor's proposal, married couples filing jointly with income up to $30,000 could receive a $500 check, and single filers with up to $15,000 in income could also receive a $500 check. Couples making up to $60,000 would receive a $250 check. I wish it was $250,000, right? And single people up to $30,000 could receive up to $250. I also want to note that there is a lot of different states right now that are doing vaccine lotteries of literally up to $1 million per person as a kind of a lottery giveaway if you're vaccinated. So if you are vaccinated, I'm not going to be going through all those programs in this video, but I will in other videos here on this channel. But feel free to look at it in your state. About 50% or more Americans are already vaccinated with at least one shot. So if you're already vaccinated, you might as well see if you qualify for some of these programs, because you never know. You just could win $1 million or $50,000 or $400,000. All these different states have different programs. Some of them are giving away thousands of dollars every single day. Okay, North Carolina has also reopened for the second round of their $335 stimulus check for families with children called the Extra Credit Grant Program in North Carolina. This is for people who didn't get the first round. They've reopened it with new money. $335 for North Carolina with families or people with children. Okay. Next up, the city of Spokane has announced new emergency rental assistance that just opened on June 1st that could pay thousands of dollars in your rent assistance for if you're from the city of Spokane. Next up, $500 rebate checks or stimulus checks expected for New Jersey residents. Nearly 1 million New Jersey residents may be eligible for a rebate check or a stimulus check. It's really just a different type of wording amid the COVID crisis once it passes. So, a potential $500 stimulus check available here in the near future for New Jersey residences. Next up, on Oahu, Hawaii, one of my favorite islands. I love that place. The city and county of Honolulu will reopen the rental and utility program to another 10,000 applicants on Monday evening. So yeah, the highly sought after program provides help with rent or utility payments for people suffering from the pandemic. Next up, a really big one from New York, the entire state of New York. The governor there, Andrew Cuomo, has just announced $3.5 billion in assistance for renters and small businesses. As you can see here, $2.7 billion in rent assistance programs is available here in New York and has just become available starting on June 1st, so it's still available. And an additional $800 million for small business recovery grants to provide further funding to small businesses to help them recover in the state of New York. Online applications for this start on June 10th. So again, this is a really big one. $2.7 billion in rent assistance. It literally can pay up to 12 months of your rent in the state of New York. So imagine if your rent is, say, $1,000 a month for a round number. You could get up to $12,000 in rent assistance. Like I said, these programs are no joke. And you think about a $1,400 stimulus check, how awesome that may have been. Imagine getting $10,000 or $12,000 from rent assistance. Yeah, this is going on in all 50 states right now. We're going to go over multiple different programs here, but I'm also going to give you information on how to apply. But like I said, a lot of these stimulus programs that you may not have even known about or may have thought about but haven't applied for, I recommend you apply, because if you end up getting $5,000 or $10,000 from some of these programs, yeah, you can thank me later, because that'll be pretty awesome for you and your family. Next up, the city of Richmond, Virginia, the Department of Public Utilities has begun to accept applications for utility relief assistance in the city of Richmond, Virginia. Utility assistance going on right now. Next up, the Toledo, Ohio City Council has passed temporary water bill utility assistance for Toledo, Ohio. Very interesting there. The city of Newark, Ohio has announced utility assistance as well. I'm sorry, Newark, New Jersey. My bad. Newark, New Jersey. And also they say that PSE&G has a page on its website with information about different resources available, such as setting up deferred payments for customers. The state of North Carolina, they have a lot of different programs in North Carolina already announced, has entered a new phase of its rent and utility assistance program for those who have struggled financially during the pandemic. The Housing Opportunities and Prevention of Eviction program, called HOPE, started accepting applications again in mid-May after it ran out of money in November. Another $133 million is going to 36,000 households in North Carolina. Rent and utility assistance is available for New Mexico renters right now. And as you can see here, thousands of renters in New Mexico are likely eligible to receive funds to cover up to 15 months of rent and utility assistance. Wow, 15 months. Absolutely amazing. Dallas, Texas renters can now apply for up to 1 year of rental assistance through the DHA Housing Solutions for North Texas is accepting applications for up to 12 months of past due and future rent assistance. Georgia distributes $6 million for rental assistance, and they still have hundreds of millions of dollars left to spend. The statewide rental assistance program has distributed around $6 million in Georgia and still has many, many more millions of dollars to spend. Georgia is receiving around $1 billion for rental assistance alone. Yeah, absolutely amazing there. 1 billion with a B, according to the U.S. Treasury Department. The funding comes from two federal relief packages that Congress approved from the second stimulus check package and the third stimulus check package. Chicago just had their own city rent assistance program that opened up on June 1st for up to 15 months of rent assistance in Chicago, Illinois. If I say Illinois with an S, I get yelled at by like 100 people in the comments. So I definitely need to concentrate on saying Illinois without the S. I even seen somebody say that their mother always told them that Illinois has no S or no noise in Illinois. So yeah, I got to remember to say Illinois, not Illinois. I definitely have a problem with Illinois and also Nevada. You know Nevada, right? The city of Buffalo has also launched a campaign to raise awareness among renters about the availability of rental assistance under the New York State program. Niagara County, New York also has opened up a program on the county level for rental assistance in Niagara County. In addition to this, Spokane is rushing rental assistance as their eviction deadline is looming and is almost over. Bergen County, New Jersey has a new rent and utility assistance opening up in mid-June. As you can see here, the program will open up on June 14th at bergencountycares.org, and applications will stay open until July 23rd or until federal funding is exhausted. A lot of these programs are first come, first serve. You have to apply online or have different criteria. That's why I want to let you guys know about all these different programs, because when they run out of money, they literally run out of money. There is rent assistance and utility assistance available right now in Oklahoma as well. There are approximately $264 million in funding for the state of Oklahoma. In addition to this, Madison County, Alabama, has announced $5.2 million to be doled out to people who need help paying in Madison County, Alabama. $27 million in federal funding for Louisville, Kentucky for rental assistance is now available as well, while Lexington, Kentucky also received $11.7 million for rent assistance as well. If you live in Louisville, go to the website stopmyeviction.org. Polk County, Florida is now taking applications for $17 million in rent and utility payment assistance in Polk County, Florida, as well as Erie County rental assistance portal has now opened. Sacramento County has just opened rent and utility assistance as well. And there is $10 billion that is becoming available right now for homeowners for all 50 states. I'm going to put a link for this one down below in the description of this video, as well as there's up to $25,000 in rent assistance for all 50 states going on right now as well on the states level for all 50 states. I will put a link for this down below in the description as well as one of the favorite programs on this channel where literally thousands, maybe even tens of thousands of our viewers have already qualified for the emergency broadband money. So this is, go to this website, getemergencybroadband.org. Again, it's getemergencybroadband.org. You can receive up to $50 per month discount on your broadband internet services or associated equipment rental. I also need to note that a lot of people have told me this also qualifies for your phone bill. So you can get $50 a month off your phone bill if your internet service provider is on the qualifying list. There's actually a list on this website you can look to see on there. It's a really, really long list because it goes through each state and stuff. But the vast majority of people will qualify for $50 per month off your internet bill. This is from the second stimulus check package, the money that's paying for this. $75 per month if your household's on a qualifying tribal land, or a one-time discount of $100 off for laptops, tablets, and desktop computers. So I want to stress, number one, if I didn't mention your state, county, or city, these are really just kind of the big headlines that I've seen here, and I tried to quickly cram them in there. There's rent assistance and mortgage assistance going on right now for all 50 states, okay? All 50 states. A lot of these other programs have additional county stimulus checks or additional headlines on additional programs, but all 50 states have mortgage assistance and rental assistance going on right now. I'll put links down below in the description of this video for you to find them. If you're on a mobile phone, you might need to click the down arrow next to the title of this video to open up the description and find those links, okay? But yeah, there's also going to be a lot more coming out as this $350 billion is just starting to go out to states now. Some of these states have kind of announced these state stimulus check programs and these county stimulus check programs early, as they kind of announced it knowing they were getting the money. But the vast majority of states and cities are going to be announcing this after they get the money. Some of these states take several weeks to figure out what they're going to do with the money. I understand if I had $1 billion, it might take me some time to vote on it and, the state legislator to figure out how they're going to dole it out. And I think almost all 50 states are going to be having multiple different rounds of this money. In fact, the majority of states are only getting half their money up front, and then they're going to get their other half of the money after they prove to the federal government how they spent it. Then they have to spend a portion of this money on programs like this that go directly to you, the residents of their states. So all 50 states will be having more of these programs here in the near future, and I will be covering them on this channel. So if you're new to the channel, make sure to subscribe down below so you don't miss out on these updates. Remember these times, every day I have new videos coming out at 10 a.m., 3 p.m., and 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Don't miss an episode because I don't want you to miss out on an important video like this, as well as some hot daily news that we cover, things you need to know. After subscribing down below, which is completely free to do so, click the bell icon to all notifications that appears next to the subscribe button so you get reminder notifications for those times, 10 a.m., 3 p.m., and 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. You can click this video here to watch my newest stimulus check video next. And you can click this video about President Biden's Social Security raise that he wants to do in one of these next stimulus packages. So click on one of those videos next. Thanks, guys, and I will see you in the next video.